So because of the argument that I got into this afternoon at the DMV, it put me in just a negative, weird mood. And I've been, since that happened, I've been in a weird vibration. Now, even though, and I want to explain to everyone too, like the argument I had with this gentleman, I won the argument. If there was a referee there, the referee would have said I completely schooled this dude. Because he was just ignorant. However, I made a video about it. It's neither here nor there. I'm talking about the way that I felt after. Despite the fact that I still won the argument, doesn't matter. Because it didn't make me feel good. The rest of the day I went on in just a weird vibration, a weird energy, feeling weird. So, I will tell you what I did to get out of that vibration and to bring myself back. Well, number one thing, I went on to iTunes and I went to 432 Hertz. 432 Hertz. Now, there's plenty of different channels, different stations. I'm not here to promote certain type of anything. I'm just here to promote 432 Hertz, okay? Now, what I did, and there's plenty of other frequencies that are really good for you. Standard music today is in 440. 440 is not a good frequency. I've done videos on 440 and showed you how it makes you feel, and most people commented it made them feel pretty bad, pretty crappy compared to 432. So you can actually feel the difference. Now, I've shown vibration and frequency and what it does to salts and in solids and waters and liquids and things like that. So you can actually see that the resonation, the vibration actually does do something. It creates patterns. And the more, you know, like a 432 is a very intricate, beautiful pattern that looks like the flower of life, versus 440, which looks like bleh, just like a pile of nothing. So it's interesting. That's interesting in itself. Now, remember that as a human, we have a lot of water in us. We are primarily water. So that water is holding that vibration, and that vibration, depending on what it is making you resonate a certain way. Now, again, if you're resonating in anger, that's a fear-based resonation. So you're resonating in negativity, which is fear and anger and angst and all of that. You want to get out of that. What I do to get out of it, like I said, is I find 432 Hertz. I put it on. I put headphones on, okay? But if you don't have headphones, you can do it in a car. The reason I like to do headphones or a vehicle is because I like it in stereo. I like it all around me. Headphones is the best, okay? When you put headphones on, you're able to do something called hemi-syncing. And when you learn to hemi-sync, you can actually learn to do some pretty incredible things. But you can control your dreams, what you're doing in your dreams, your actions in your dreams. You can control them like a video game, okay? You can astro project. You can do all sorts of stuff. Hemi-syncing is the first key to unlocking all of this. So that's why I want you to use headphones. But put 432 headphones, put them in. And what I want you to do is you breathe in heavily through your nose, very heavily. And out through your mouth forcefully. Now I want you to do that. I want you to do that 10 times until you feel almost lightheaded from doing it. You're going to start to feel lightheaded and funny, tingly even maybe. That's your blood is starting to circulate, all right? Your blood vessels are opening up. All sorts of good stuff is happening right now when this is happening. You're getting circulation through into your brain, all of it. Okay, it's activating things. It's doing some amazing stuff. This oxygen. Okay, now breathe it in and force that air into you and then force it out. Now, as you're doing this, think about what you're forcing into you. Think about the clean oxygen. Think, and I know you might think it's not really clean. That's why sometimes it might not be. Try and find a nice clean area. I like to do this outside if I can and breathe in, even if the area isn't that great, because we obviously deal with some serious air pollution. However, I breathe in that air and I force out the negativity, force it out, push it out of you. Now, after you do it 10 times and you're thinking of that, you're thinking of breathing in life, breathing in beauty, breathing in love, and breathe out that hate. Breathe it out. Really think about breathing it out. Now, by the time you get 10 and you're lightheaded, start breathing nice, deep, long breaths, but make them extended, okay? So you should breathe in, and breathe out slowly, nice and slow, as long as you can go, and hold, and then breathe in and breathe out, nice and slow. If you do that for 5 to 10 times, again, you're going to start to feel a little bit lightheaded. Okay, this is good. This is good. Now, when you're done that, you can just breathe normally and you can go back to your business. And that, took probably a couple of minutes. That's it. And I'm telling you, it's going to totally change that your whole entire mindset. It will flip from that negative nonsense, and you're going to feel better. You're going to be back in that positive mindset. And, you know, this is one of the things that I do when I get worked up and when I get really aggravated, because it happens. It happens all the time. And I'm telling you, breathing through things, despite what some people might think, and it's funny because you hear a lot of people, oh, this hocus pocus nonsense. But it really, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's breathing. What's the one thing that your body does without you telling it to do because you need to survive, for Christ's sake? It's breathing. So if you can focus on your breathing, something that you don't have to pay attention to it. You don't have to think about it. You're just going to breathe. You don't have to think about it. You're just going to do it. If you start to pay attention to it with intent and do these things with intent, then you're going to feel better. It's okay. You're going to see a result from that. Here's a little tip. Everything in this life that we do is about intention. So if you're putting positive intention and you're trying and you're putting effort in, something will come of that. Okay? You're going to see results. You just have to do it over and over again. You have to work at it. You have to keep doing it. That's life. You have to get back up on the horse. We're living through a scary time because we're being lied to about everything. You know, if you can become a social media fame celebrity if you get naked or you do some stupid stuff, you know, do a stunt that puts your life in danger and you'll probably get famous. Show some body parts, you'll probably get famous. You know, start talking nonsense about politics and just total bullshit that doesn't matter. You'll probably get famous. You'll get paid. You'll do all sorts of stuff. If you tell people the truth on these platforms, you will not be able to monetize. You will not be able to make any money. They will completely cut you off because that's the world that we live in. They want you to live in fear. They want you to live in ignorance. It is what it is. I mean, a lot of people, I just don't get it. They're not seeing it yet, you know? But some people are just never, ever gonna see it. And it's truly sad because, you know, like today, after that whole incident happened, somebody said to me, oh, I got what you were saying. You were 100% right. But can I give you a piece of advice? I said, yeah, sure. And the kid said, know your audience. He said, look where you are. You're not gonna enlighten anybody out here. And I said, listen, man, I get what you're saying. And there was a point in time where I agreed with that, but I am not there again. I moved away from that idea because I want to believe in society, man. I don't believe in Freud and his bullshit, man. I believe in Adler. I believe that if you admit your wrongdoing and if you put one step forward and if you get back on the horse and if you try and if you put intention out there, good intent, and you really do it, I believe that you can get better. I believe that you can succeed. I believe that you can do what you believe that you can do. I believe that you can manifest it. I believe that you can, if you try and manifest something, if you put it's not just about manifesting, and that's where a lot of people get it wrong. They try and manifest something and then nothing happens, and they say, oh, that's just ridiculous. I don't believe in that alchemy nonsense and all of that hocus pocus stuff. And the thing is, there are steps to it. Most people aren't going to tell you the steps. Okay, that's all. There are steps. You have to put the effort in, and you have to put the work in. Okay, you're not just, it's not going to happen from nothing. If you want to be successful at something, you have to put the work in. If you want to be famous, you have to pick why. Pick a reason why. What are you going to be famous for? For nothing? Because are you going to be famous because you look good in shorts? Is that why? Because there will be a day where you don't look good in shorts anymore. And how are you going to feel about yourself then? Do you understand what I'm saying? So get good at something. Do something. Try things. Try new things. And then when you start getting good at things and start learning things and start being able to educate other people in things, then you can start to, then you just will. You'll feel a sense of pride. You'll feel happiness. Depression will go away. But you have to do things. Depression, deep rest. We are created in the image of the creators, okay? The Elohim, that word Elohim, El, the ancient Phoenician Canaanite god El, where we get words like elevated and elite. When you become an elite member of society, you become elevated through society, okay? You become elevated through the ranks. You become electric, okay? These words come from El, the ancient Phoenician Canaanite god El, who later in Greek philosophy was Kronos. Okay, we know him today in today's philosophy, this crazy world that we live in today that, is just bizarre as hell. If you read symbolism and you study symbolism, you'll realize what we're dealing with here. It's just, the Vatican, the takeover of the Vatican, and Christianity, what it is today, is the most bizarre thing ever. It's crazy. It's like we're so far from any relic of truth, and it's proven through the symbols. If you know what all the symbols are to all of the different things, you can understand things, but most people don't want to learn them. Most people don't want to learn how to do things. I'm telling you right now, I have a guitar in the back seat. One of my favorite things to do was learning guitar, learning how to play drums. That was one of my favorite things to do, because as you get better at it, you can feel proud about yourself because you're doing something that's really cool. If you want to be famous, okay, or successful on some level on social media or in the mainstream even, I really recommend, I'm telling you, get good at something. Put your hours in, all right? Read the book Outliers, where it's a study on how long it takes to become a master at something. And it takes 10,000 hours approximately to become a master. So put your hours in. Start getting them in, I taught my stepson this 5 years ago, and he's been putting his hours in on so many things. And it's showing. His drumming is getting incredible. His music production and his recording ability is getting incredible. His Spanish speaking is getting incredible. His wrestling is getting incredible. It's because if you put the hours in, you're going to get good at something. That's just how it goes. And if you want to be known for something, or, I want to have 1 billion followers. For what? For what? Just because find a reason why. Do it. Have 1 million followers because you're amazing. You're amazing at doing something. Learn how to draw. Learn how to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't want to be famous. I want people to know the truth. I want people to learn that they have the ability to do so much more than they even believe they can. And if you focus, you can do it. I'm out here trying to teach people. We live on a flat earth. We don't live on a ball spinning around endlessly. It's ridiculous. And if you think we live on a ball, you need to really do your research, because what all that's telling me is that you don't think for yourself. You're not thinking for yourself. You're letting other people do your thinking for you. So you need, if you want to take control of your life in the best way that you can. I mean, I know we don't have control. We have God. God's the ultimate control. We don't have much control over much of anything, but we do have control over a lot of little things. However, if you're not driving, if you're letting someone else take the wheel, then you're definitely not in control. And I don't let other people take the wheel. When I am told something, I don't care if it's from a scientist, a textbook, anyone. I don't care if it's from the president, from the government, from my neighbor, from, I just don't care who it's from. I am going to think about that thing and then do my research if it's worth researching. And if I will dig and dig and dig, like I did with Flat Earth. I've spent thousands of dollars buying cameras and telescopes and just all sorts of stuff because I wasn't gonna believe something based on a TikTok video or based on a YouTube video or based on someone else's experiment or based on someone else's, work. So I wanted to get it myself and take the photos and do the research and so here I am years later trying to shout out from my profiles that keep getting shut down and taken off, especially on TikTok and YouTube, that here we are, we're being lied to at a massive level. So wake up, people, take back control of your life, take back control of your ability to do things because you are able, you are capable, you are here for a goddamn reason. You were built by your creator to be here right this very second, right now, to hear this message that I am saying so that you can take back control of your life and you can start doing some fucking amazing things and doing them damn well. And that's what I wanted to tell. That's my message. I love you all. Go to my website, learn as much free information as you can there. I had to build the website because I get banned everywhere and I'm not allowed to make money online. I've made over 4,000 videos, banned from making money. If you can support me, become a member. You get all my 3 books digital. You even get my phone number. You can reach out to me, text me. I will definitely text back. Calling's hard. I have a crazy schedule, man. I work 50 to 60 hours a week at my day job, and then I do this. I'm in, man. I just opened a nonprofit. Cost me a lot of money out of my own pocket. I had to take out a loan because I want to help people. I am on a mission. I don't know. Maybe I have savior syndrome or whatever that is, Messiah syndrome a little bit in some weird way. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a traumatic experience as a kid, or what, honestly, I don't know if it's a past life experience, but I feel like I need to help the people around me that I can see that are drowning, and it's sad, man. It's sad watching. I just think like we are all set up for failure. The government's not here for us. They're here to screw us. They're here to steal from us. The politicians, the celebrities, the musicians, the movie stars, they're here to be billionaires, to laugh in our face, to lie to us and manipulate us. That's what they're here for, man. And I see it as clear as damn day. And I'm out here trying to prove it every which way that I can. But there are still people that don't want to listen. They want to pretend like they know everything because good for them, because they have an ego, that is just too big for them even, because it's gonna prevent them from doing a lot of great things in their life, and it's unfortunate. But anyway, I love you all. Check out my website. You don't have to. This is my opinion. And please reach out to me, if you need help, if you're struggling. I'm 6 years clean and sober, so I get it. I've been there. That's why I'm doing the nonprofit. I want to open up sober houses and different recovery houses where, we can work with you. Like, we're not just gonna, because what I see is it's a rotating door thing, so people can collect insurance money. It's ridiculous. Like, let's get them in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So the second they fail a drug test, the second they hit a vape, but the second they do anything, they're out. And then they're back in a couple months later. It's nonstop. It keeps them busy. It keeps them fully booked. And I think it's horse shit. I don't agree with it. I think it's bullshit. I think if somebody messes up, I think they should work with that person. Like, how I would do it personally is, if somebody came in the house, say they're in there for a couple of weeks and they fail a drug test, I would say, okay, here's the deal. You have to, we're not going to kick you out, but you got to get your shit together. You cannot pass a drug. You cannot fail another drug test for the next 30 days. If you fail within 30 days, then we're going to put you into the other program that I have, which will be the first, the back program for this program. Okay, so number one, these people have somewhere to go. They're not just kicked out onto the streets. All right, but the back program will be, there'll be more people in each room. It'll just be, it won't be as good of a program. Like in the better program, you're going to have your own bedroom. You're going to have your own this and that. So you'll want to be there. Okay. You'll want to live there longer. It'll be a better setup for you. So I will say, listen, what we can do is if you fail a drug test in the next 30 days, you're going to have to go back to the other house. However, if you pass, you can stay in the house. If you fail after 30 days, say you're 40 days in and you fuck up, you can stay in the house, but now you're on probation for 60 days. You're on a 60-day probation. I'm going to do things that way. And I know some people will be like, well, that's encouraging fucking up. That's encouraging it. And I understand that. I understand that. But I also, what I see right now is just there are too many people getting kicked out over one stupid thing, over a vape, over one failed drug test. And then it's a recycled system. I can't stand seeing it, okay? And number two, if it is promoting them to do this, here's my idea is, say they fail, and now they have to wait 30 days, and they do wait the 30 days, and then they fail a drug test on the 31st day. Now they have to wait 60 days. Well, here's my thought. They waited 30 days. So it shows that they have some sort of they have restraint. They can actually show that they have that restraint. So if they can do 60 days of sobriety, that shows that they have a decent amount of restraint. They have 60 days worth of self-control, okay? And that's also teaching that person that they have 60 days of self-control. That might make them feel good. Maybe they won't relapse on the 61st day because now they know, damn, I'm stronger than I thought I was. It will help build confidence, which is what people need. This is a hard thing to do, to get sober. It's very difficult. So 2 days, 3 days, 4, 5 days of sobriety off of all of this shit that's poisoning us is a celebration, man. That's huge. People need to learn that. And the only way to do it is to give them chances and let them build little by little, baby tiny steps. And the system, all over Massachusetts, all over Connecticut, all over New Hampshire, the way that these programs work is horse shit. That's why most of them aren't successful. That's why they're open doors, and it's bullshit in my humble experience. It's bullshit. And I want to open programs that will, in my opinion, be better. That will benefit people. That will actually help people. Here's the problem I think I'm going to run into, though, is that the real scam of the world that we live in is that the government and all these places, they don't really want you to get better. They don't want you off their medication because you all know why. You know what I mean? But anyway, now I'm really ranting. I love you all very much. I hope to see you over there. And this, of course, is my opinion. All right?